Hi guys, you got King Snooch here, and I am here with Richard, VP of Marketing for Planet Atmos. Can you tell us, Richard, what is Planet Atmos?
Well, Planet Atmos, we are building an ecosystem of games within the Web3 space, and we're just closing off the alpha stage of our very first title, XGP, which is closing up the alpha right now. It is an arcade racing flight combat game. I like to think it's a little bit of Formula One mixed with a touch of Iron Man and some of that combat action that you get in Mario Kart. Mix it up with a lot of competition, a bit of trash talk, and you get the genesis and the DNA of what is an awesome experience within the gaming space.
Awesome. What's the Web3 elements of the game?
So there are various assets that you can have within the game that are that are going to be on chain. The main one that we have right now is the MarkV Genesis XO. So that is it's the suit that you wear in the game. What's really cool is like once you get that suit, you don't need one to get into the game. Anyone can play it. It doesn't have an NFT gate, but if you do have it, it allows you to customize certain options within the suit's profile and design so that you can do different things within the game. It is pretty wild though, because once you get those components, they do decompose into 5 core asset classes. You got like helmets, gloves, all the kinds of stuff that you want to have within a game's design. And what you're able to do is mix and match those components from that NFT alongside everything else that you get along the way while you play the game. So loot caps that drop, things that you buy in the store, you can mix and match everything. We wanted to give people that flexibility of designing a suit that really suits their personal style, but also gets them the performance that they need in the races.
I love that. I love that. Have you guys done any like tournaments or anything like that, or competitions where you've been able to see the competitive nature of racers?
Oh. We see the competitive nature of racers every week, but what I will say is we're actually, it's funny timing-wise, we're about 1 year out from the anniversary of our first major tournament. So Canyon Blitz happened about this time last year. Time trial tournament, absolutely wild. Folks like Luke Franks came out, T-Pro and Rush, 2 incredible racers. If you know the Wilder World scene, you might have seen them there as well too. Watch out for those pilots / drivers and racers from France. They tend to destroy every racing league they go into. As a WRC fan, I say that with a lot of pain in my heart. No, but we did that tournament. It was time trial based. We basically launched our game night or weekly game night system through that tournament. What we've actually done since then though is we have hosted weekly events. I think I'm at week 48.
Nice.
Continuously. No weeks off. Thanksgiving, we're there. Boxing Day, we were there. Chinese New Year, we made extra snacks. What we actually do is we host game events each week, every Thursday in our Discord. We broadcast it all. So it's started on Abstract, moved it to Twitch. Want to go back to Abstract with some extra content, but what we actually do is within each of our weekly game nights, we do keep track of results. So we've got podium finishes. People have been earning various level of flex points of the currency within our P2A along the way, and this has been going on for almost 1 year straight. On top of that, we've been doing a lot of partnered events, so we'll go into other folks' Discords. Our style's a little bit different. Was never a fan of going into a system where you say, here's a bunch of keys, tell us what you think.
Yep.
For us, a lot of our focus has been to white glove the service. I came out of ad agencies and PR. If I needed someone to learn how to use the phone, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna explain how everything works.
Gotta get in front of them.
Well, it's also the challenge that we have within the Web3 space. Forget about the gameplay. When people have questions, you gotta be there to ask them, and you gotta be there to answer them, right?
Yep.
Meet people where they are is what I've always believed in. So we've had those over and above all those events that we host each week. So the competition gets pretty gritty. It changes quite a bit as the structure of the game changes. New modules come into play, new tracks come into play. When it comes to the strats, what's been really, really cool, we've actually noticed a huge amount of development that's come out of player types that we never thought could actually exist. So this is my favorite thing about competition, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, hear me out. This is my favorite thing. It's crazy. So it's a controller first game, which is a unique thing. We are on PC. So of course you immediately think the bias is going to be, hey, people on controller are going to be awesome. They're going to be the best. And they do start that way. But as you know, in the Web3 space, there's a lot of people who are just like KBM warriors, man. They are just smashing, because
I'm a controller guy myself, and I get
Were you a COD guy? Were you a COD guy?
Yes. And I would squat up with my neighbors who are mouse and keyboard, and I'll admit, they definitely had the upper hand with aiming. It's a thing, right?
But it varies, right? But
it varies.
But again, okay, so there's that debate about
I'm a hardcore controller player.
But here's what I found fascinating. So we have this great contingent of players that comes in from the Philippines, and they were on keyboard and mouse.
Yep.
And over time, I kid you not, they have min-maxed and figured out a system.
Oh,
where
they're
actually
hardcore.
No one is supposed to be able to fly or drive with a literal mouse control, but they did, and they ended up laying down some of the best times.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been such an amazing thing to witness, right? Because look, any game is fun is awesome, but a game that inspires people to do something that you never thought was possible, and then you get to be there to witness it.
Yep.
That's a show.
Yeah.
And that's
it adds a lot of value.
And that's a lot of the spirit of what we're building at Planet Atmos. It's not just the game. The game is, of course, a beautiful thing, but then what are all the other things that you need?
It's an entertainment industry, right? Gaming's an entertainment industry. It's the biggest entertainment industry. Right. And if you're not entertaining in an entertainment industry, what are you doing? Why are you there?
And that's a lot of the focus that we're working on right now. So, we've primarily had two verticals that we've always kind of focused on. One is our product, our primary IP products, XOGP, the racing game, Atmos Exordium, our comic book series that also serves as our story Bible. On the other side, we have an entire suite of experiential products. So everything from what we call the Battle for Supremacy, which is effectively predictions and pickers format. But we needed something, so we invented our own. How we start to take a look at tokenizing fandom. Can't tell you that alpha yet, but it's going to be announced very soon. But ways that you get to do all the things that you would, like, what are all the things that you do when, I don't know, if you're a hockey fan, we're here in Toronto. I can tell you, watching the game by yourself, that shellacking would be pretty miserable. But you know what's an amazing thing is when you see what that's like in a crowd and how they react and what are all the things that you do.
Last night at the bar, watching the Leafs game.
It was terrible.
The bar emptied pretty quick. What happened?
You know what happened? Toronto happened. Let me tell you something. Okay, so everyone who's watching, as someone who was from this city, this year's going to go down as another year as the regular things in Toronto happen. No, the team got shellacked. It went down 1-0, 2-0.
But the vibe there, like what you were saying, the vibe with a group, way better than the vibe.
Exactly.
Like if you were sitting at home, you'd probably just turn off TV, go.
Well, that's my point,
to bed,
right? And the idea is, look, even here, we're here at Consensus. There's so many things you can do. Obviously, we can go to booths, we can talk, we can network. But then the beauty is, we have a community right now. We have outlets. We have things that we're doing. You need to come up with side events, different ways of sort of finding a way to keep people engaged. Mm-hmm. Reality is right now, people are so bored, right? The amount of conformity that exists within entertainment. Talk to the guys in the music industry. I'm sure you've met some great guys in the music space, right? Right now, they will tell you that tech owns music.
Yep.
And it's algorithmic in nature, and it makes things so banal because the content to survive has to be short, simple, and pop.
Attention spans are very short.
Exactly. But then the attention spans are short also because we're constantly doom scrolling through brain rot content, trying to find something that makes us feel something where we're not bored.
Yep. Fills that void.
A great space is like you look at the Web3 arena. Forget about the tech in and of itself. The culture in this space is one built on talking, sharing ideas. Let's get something out. Let's build it, ship it, break it, make it work. Now, I'm not saying, done is better than perfect. I know that has led to some bad tech issues in the past. But what I am saying is that being able to meet here, this is the first time we've gotten to meet face to face.
Yep.
Right. I even missed you when you were at GDC.
Yep.
Right.
It happens.
And we were in the same room. But here we are right now through a couple different talks, and we can build together.
Yeah.
Build in the.
I even had you on my show.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So what's kind of beautiful is when you take that and you realize what are the things that we're looking for? What's the information that we need? This is an information and experience hungry and native audience. This is the best. This is a wonderful, wonderful market to start to say, maybe we should start to restage the way we look at games, to be more than just another platform and another quarter marcher to derive dollars and have the highest value asset go in. Because look, I'm not saying things should not be of value. I'm not saying that we should not. Of course, I think these things are wonderful, but they serve utilities beyond the direct utility of that superficial layer. Ownership is a utility. But you know what? I'm a car guy. For me, the utility of owning my first vehicle wasn't that I just owned it. It's so I could
sharing the experience with people.
I could tune it.
Yeah.
Do you think I could
yours.
could I customize my Lancer if it was on lease? Hell no.
Now that you own it.
But I own it. Now, the ownership is cool.
Now, I will say nowadays, maybe not the case in Canada, but in the US, you buy a nice diesel truck, you can't do a delete on it anymore because it's illegal. You can't, even though you own it, the government is like, no,
I'm just saying,
that's not okay.
We have to do things that are legal, generally speaking.
But yes, modding your vehicle.
Everything is legal, above the board, just saying.
Sometimes.
No, but the beauty is, you see, and this is where I think sometimes we can get, Web3 can get in its own way.
Yeah.
We stop at these functional utilities, but utility comes to opportunity and experience.
Yep.
And that's a lot of what, and I've started to see other developers, other studios doing this, and I love this. You know, if I could have a dream come true, it's that the next event I want to do, I don't want to have a tournament. We don't want to have a tournament just for XOGP. I want to find the folks at Parallel. Let me find the guys at Ascent Rivals. Let's come together and let's go to New York and let's throw a 3-day event. We'll make it our own.
That might be happening with Genzio. Let's make it happen.
No, but you know, you think of it this way. It's like, I love DreamHack. I love DreamHack.
We'll be there.
And it's not just because it's not just the quality of the competition event, because that's an easy thing. That's a starting point. But that's the element of a good show. But you know what's amazing about DreamHack? Walking around. Well, just walking around.
Yeah.
Seeing what's out there. And in those moments you go around, you kind of like meet different groups and they'll explain to you their passion for a game. You know what I love doing? It's like when you run to old StarCraft guys. Mm-hmm. Sinjin. That man loves StarCraft. Mm-hmm. So like, no, but a great example is when we were at GDC at the Wolves Den, and this is the power of gaming when it comes to experience. So we had set up all of our machines for this on-site LAN, did a little bit of competition, and one machine was giving me trouble. It's like, what's going on here? Why is this? It's acting kind of funny. So I just alt-tabbed. I was like, maybe there's something else running. Maybe there's an update. And someone had, I think it was Parallel running underneath it. I was like, oh, well, I guess I should close that. Just, you know, it's fine. Someone was in the middle of a game, so just close it. Then I closed it, and somebody was running Brood War. So there was a game running on a game running on a game. There were 3, but the thing is, I laughed because I said, you know what's amazing? It means that in this one terminal, in this one spot over the course of the last 8 hours,
people are gaming.
People have been doing things in different spaces, different games. Like, yeah, it's one computer, but the point is what we were looking to experience out of that machine was fundamentally different. Because I know the guys who are playing StarCraft are there probably at some goblin hour of 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning. But the point is, you see, the value of that space was that different people got to do different things. They connected with different people. They found entertainment. They made entertainment. I know a lot of things happen. So the beauty of this is, as we're focusing on our next round of deployments, everything's all about how we put on those shows. Yep. And is the show in person? Is the show on a screen? Is the show in your pocket? Is the show a podcast? Is it short form? The reality is it actually needs to be all of these things, but you've got to meet people with the thing that makes sense. And don't be so constrained by, well, the look of the brand is this and the stance has to be that. Maybe what we should do is actually see what's out there to help people from being bored, allow them to do what they want to do as individuals, and then along the way, have a really great game that you can compete in that fits in with the actual rest of your life, because that's what a true fan does.
They got to get entertained.
I don't want to bring you and force you to come to the arena every single time. But, you know, I'm not going to say you got to go to the barn to watch the game. The team and that spirit follow you. It's on your mind. It's part of how you think through things.
Yep.
Right? If you've got kids, it's going to be on their knapsacks, their backpacks, a lunchbox, right? Mm-hmm. There'll be some strange Coco Melon version of it converted, so you got to sing that when you're in the truck. But the point is,
oh god, yeah,
it actually,
I'm past those days now, thank God.
But it has to work for you.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty thing. I love to say that we're a entertainment brand that's very much, we like to believe ourselves as being service oriented.
I love the way you put that. That's absolutely great. I did notice there's something here on the table. Can you give us a quick 30-second pitch?
Yeah, of course.
What this is?
So this is a supplements brand, Advanced GG. Advanced. They're based down in Minnesota in the States. I've known these guys for a long time. They originally sponsored me as a when I ran an Overwatch team, then I joined them as a CD, and actually I still hang out with the crew after all these years. The main focus is coming up with supplements that actually do what they say. I know that seems crazy. What a weird pitch. We're going to do what we say, and we're not going to be junk food. But the reality was, the founders met and they realized that everything within the supplement space that was particularly marketed towards younger folks, gamers in general, was
had a lot of junk in it.
A lot of junk food, a lot of sugar. So everything we really do is focus on trying to help people achieve their greatest potential. So what I've actually got here is, I call this my conference survival kit. So of course, my daily here is advanced hydration. It's a light all-day hydration formulation, basic electrolytes. But this baby here is the newest and latest and greatest. So this is that sample I gave you earlier, Snooch. It is Advanced Boost. It is a microalgae nootropic. So really, it's a focus on 2 basic natural ingredients: guarana for a little bit of a caffeine boost. You know, you need a little bit of that, and it uses fucoxanthin, so extract from brown seaweed. 2 of these is a great way to start your day. It's a therapeutic, but over time, it's gone through clinical studies to help you stay sharper, reduce your error rates, and basically survive the trenches of crypto and Web3.
Let's go. Survive in the trenches.
Survive the trenches.
That is a great kit, I got to admit.
Survival kit.
It's the Event Survival Kit. I love that. That's good branding. You should put that on there. You should do a package deal and put Web3 Event Survival Kit. That'd be great.
You know what? Why don't we do that? I feel like maybe this is something we could do at a Genzio style
Let's
kit.
make it happen.
Loot bags. I like it, man.
Take care, my man. Appreciate you coming by.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stay untamed with BC Game and make a prediction today and use code GENZIO.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a house.
You know we do not understand that we do not have. Ladies and gentlemen.
Get back at the Genzio Media House.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today.